Welcome to my laboratory. Won't you come in? I'm not. I'm just your professor, Leif Erikson. That's my real name. Welcome to the class. I wanted to stop in and tell you a little bit about what this class even is. And the reason I started with the corny mad scientist thing there is because I'm experimenting with this class. Now, you all have heard of AI of various forms, and it's sort of like become a major issue in academics these days with the questions of plagiarism and should students use it and how should students use it and what is it. Go back even more basic than that. What's the value of it? What are the problems with it? And this is happening right now, and it seems pretty important in our world, so I decided to build a class around it. Now, since I just started working on this in the summer, because this has all happened very fast where AI has entered the classroom, so I just started working on it this summer. And I worked on it a lot this summer. I'm building the whole class myself. You'll notice no textbooks, no pre-made quizzes or anything. I'm just making all the content, so it takes a while. That's why, even though the semester has officially started, I'm still completing things in the class. However, you'll notice, if you take a look at Blackboard, you'll notice that I made it to where the deadlines are already in place. Yeah, I got to finish some of the material, but I'm not going to spring new deadlines on you. If I do, to be very few with plenty of warning. So you know pretty much all the deadlines in the class already, even if all the assignments aren't ready to do yet. And I made the first part of the class where you get to know the problems of AI completely done so that we're ready to work on that like you're doing now, without being, slowed down by the stuff I'm still working on. But the reason that I'm still working on it is because it's so fresh, and I thought I could wait, just keep doing the old type of 101 I was doing. This stuff moves so fast, technology moves and changes so fast, I thought it's probably better to go ahead and jump in. So you are in the lab with me. This part of this experimentation is finding out what works for you, the students, to figure out if this class makes sense, what works, what doesn't. So you're kind of experimenting with me. Now, don't worry. I'm going to make sure, because this is my responsibility and something I take seriously. Your grade will not suffer because I'm experimenting with the class. In other words, I'm not going to do something experimental in the class, and then if that element doesn't work, it falls apart, doesn't go like I planned, that your grade will suffer for it, because I'll be like, well, it didn't work, but there's nothing we can do now. I gotta give you a grade. It's not going to be like that. I want this to be fair to you, and I also would love your help. Like, stay in touch with me. If something doesn't make sense, it doesn't work, it's confusing, it seems counterproductive, or you're like, I think it'd be better if you did this. Why haven't you included this or something like that? I would love to hear those things. I mean, it's not your responsibility to help me build the class. So if you're like, I don't have time for that, I just want to do the class, then please, you do that. But those of you who have the inclination, the interest to help out, to say, here's what works, here's what doesn't, to give me those kind of tips and feedback, I would love that, honestly. Because I want this class to be fun, and I want it to be interesting, and I want it to be informative and educational. So I would love your feedback, if you ever want to give any, about how to make that more the case. Now, just some quick things about the class. The best advice I could give you is stay in touch with me and just follow the Blackboard page, which always starts at the top and works its way downward. That'll keep you from getting overwhelmed by Blackboard. Always start at the top and work your way downward. That's for the whole page, and that's for each individual section of the page. Start at the top, follow the order I have it. That's the best way to maintain your sanity. Glad to have you in class. Thank you for coming along on this wild ride, and I look forward to seeing what the rest of the semester brings. And I hope you do too. Thanks. Bye.